All right, everybody, welcome. And how are we all tonight? It's Wednesday night again, and we're going to have a good education tonight. We're going to talk about some of the little experiments that we've been doing and the things that we've been finding out. And hopefully, we're going to get people really comfortable looking forward with utilizing their app. So, first off, let's address what this is all about. We're every day we're being bombarded by all kinds of different pollution, air pollution, water pollution, electrical pollution. There's literally almost nothing safe in the environment around us, and we and our DNA needs to be protected so that it can do its best job of taking care of us. So, with that, when it comes to what our bodies need, we've now learned that what our bodies need is to become as neutral with nature as we can, to get our bodies so that it is working the way it was originally intended, to take it back to that balance between nature and the environment that we're living in, to neutralize the negativity and enhance the positivity so that we can thrive not only physically, but emotionally and mentally, and have our bodies taking care of us, mind, body, and spirit, um, in its best way possible. So, what we have learned and what we're learning every single day is that one of the most important things to our bodies to neutralize the negativity is water. Water is amazing. Water is intelligent. Water can benefit you just by talking to it, by consuming it. Water on its own can, I believe there's up to like 31 diseases that can be staved off by just drinking water on a consistent, regular basis. So, what happens when you take what we have always known as water, the stuff coming out of our taps, and we actually change it to the types of water that's already in our bodies? This is what this is all about. It's understanding that H2O is not what's inside our bodies. It's not what makes us thrive. It's not what makes us work. It's not what processes all the dynamic interactions that are happening within ourselves. And when we put that unstructured, chaotic water, and we call it unstructured and chaotic because that water goes through pumps, it gets toxins thrown into it in the wake of trying to clean it. It has toxins going into it through the things that are, listen, we could go into this deep and tell you the different types of things that are in the water. And to be honest, you don't really want to know. So we want to know that it's not the type of water that we even want to consider consuming to help us stay healthy. Because there's one thing that we can be sure of, it's going to work in the opposite way. But when we change that and we now find and understand what we need, and we switch from the H2O that is chaotic, dirty, contaminated, and not good for us, and we switch to something that is now structured, structured alone is going to make a difference on account of the fact that now our bodies don't have to do the structuring in order for it to go to work within our bodies to start to hydrate and cleanse and do all the things, that the processes that need to happen. So that means that we've gone to a better level of wellness. We're now getting closer to nature and how our bodies can actively function inside. But when we now go to the next level of adding biophotons and frequencies that are now going to enhance that water to the level of giving it vitality so that when you consume it, it's actually energizing every single cell in your body. You're changing the fluid that surrounds your brain into something that's going to allow your brain to actually be stronger, to function better, to have more electrical conductivity so that you can respond emotionally, mentally, and in every creatively, and in every way that you need to. You're going to remove the fog, and you're going to have much more clarity and ability to function. You're going to be able to open up that third eye and be able to see things a little bit more clearly. Inside your body, your blood, which is water with red dye in essence, is now going to function much differently because when you consume the water, spray yourself with the water, interact with this water, when it's energized, it neutralizes the EMF in your body. If you spray this water on the back of your cell phone, it will neutralize the EMF coming off your cell phone. When the app is functioning, well, we'll get to the app functioning in a second, but because we haven't gotten there, but the water itself is so powerful that when you spray the water in a specific way, you can create an energy field. And in that energy field, there's protection. There is power to the body. And it would, now, in some cases, we've heard about, you've seen the thing on Star Trek where the energy all changes the person and they zap from one place to the next. Imagine that in a way, whereas inside your body, because you're surrounded by that energy, that it could release little workers inside your body to go and start organizing, cleaning, and allowing things to take on a more natural state of wellness. This is what this is all about. It's just tuning the body with the water in order so that the body can neutralize the EMF, knock out the spike waves out of the system, out of the things that are trying to attack you, turn them into sine waves so that you're now dealing with things that are more conducive to the body, and your body is not going to reject these things so easily. So moving forward and looking at the app itself, if you haven't seen the app, I'm not sure if it'll show up very well on the phone here, but let me pull it up and show it to you if it will. So, not very well at all. I think we keep trying this. Anyway, the app itself is very simple. It has a welcome, it's got a water drop and a start button. When you click that start button, what happens is that app opens up a portal that connects to our lab in Germany. From the lab in Germany, where the app is developed, the technology is tested, and all the scientists and the people who work with the programming and putting this all together make it so that you click that start button, and from Germany, the biophotons and the frequencies come down to your phone through the app. Now, they come out of your phone through your flashlight. So for iPhone users, you need to turn your flashlight on manually, then click the start button on your app, and then apply the flashlight light to your liquid and allow it to structure your liquid. The more you can get movement within that liquid, the more structuring can happen within the volume of the water. So that is one way that you get the activity from the phone into your liquid. Now, once the phone has got the frequencies going into it, your phone has precious metals within it. So that means that there's silver, there's gold, and there's platinum that makes up the functionality of your cell phone. So as those frequencies are going through the cell phone, they get attached to those precious metals. They're infused into those precious metals. And because they're infused, they now take that harmful spike wave that your phone was giving off previously and neutralizes it, takes it and turns it into a sine wave. So rather than attacking your body the way the spike waves would, it's now more of a soothing sine wave that your body is not rejecting and it's not harmful like the spike wave. So your phone now is a safer tool for you to enjoy, for you to share, and for you to know that it's giving you absolutely less harm when you use it. And the more you use your app, the more the frequencies get embedded into your phone. Now, if anybody does kinesiology, I should say dowsing, and they do the pendulum or whatever way you want to do that with your phone and try it. Use your phone at least 3 times a day for a little while, and then try your test with your phone and see if you don't get a positive, less harmful notification or reinforcement from that. So that now, with all of these things happening, and you're changing the water that's going into your body and it's changing you from the inside out, you can also enhance things from the outside in. So from the inside out, it's definitely going to start showing in your looks, your complexion, less wrinkles. You're going to notice that you could even change your hair, is not going as gray as quickly. There's different things that you can feel. You'll notice your skin not as dry, especially now in the winter time. We were just discussing this earlier. Normally, I'd be all flaky on my legs and on the side of my arms and looking amazing here. So all of these things are coming out of consistent use of the water and understanding how to use it well. That we will cover in a little bit also. So along with all the external looks that we're getting from the inside, by taking that water and utilizing it on your face, spraying it on your face. We even sprayed it into our eyes, as long as you're using nice, clean water, energized water, because the energy is helping everything to be better, to function better. So if you have allergies or you're concerned about the clothing that you're wearing, spray yourself before your clothing goes on with your energized frequency water in order to give yourself that protection from the outside. And at the same time, you're now tuning up your chakras, your aura, everything's getting more organized, more structured, and more vibrant. And it's bringing more vitality to you as your day goes on. The benefits now that you're going to start to receive and you're going to feel and see, they can be unlimited depending on who you are and how where you are low and where you might get the pick me up from what's going on around you now. So by consuming, drinking the water, and now we've gotten to the point where we're literally spraying everything and anything that we are consuming on account of the fact that it's neutralizing the negativity and enhancing the positivity. So it's like I said, if I've eaten a muffin over the last little while and I have broken it in two, sprayed the outside, sprayed the inside, and with the water from the from the app and consume it. It doesn't change the taste of it. It doesn't make it soggy or anything of the sort, but I know that it's changed what's happening inside my body when I put it in, neutralizing that negativity and enhancing any positivity that might be there. So now, as we're going on and consuming this, the benefits a lot of people get up all the time and they're wondering, why do I feel tired? Why do I have no energy? Why is my brain foggy? And I have stories of my clients who, since they've started drinking the water, literally has changed how their brain functions, the clarity of their mind, the brain fog is lifted, and it just they just notice the difference because they've been living with it for so long. So the ability to enhance your lack of focus. If you feel lazy, it can help pick up that energy that you have and get you going on account of the fact that it is energizing you. It's making your everything stronger. Your muscles are stronger. Your everything now is activated. I myself believe that the frequencies actually even help to make your bone density even tighter on account of the fact that inside your bone is a lot of water for sure. And your bones, of course, the denser the bones, the less chance there is of physical injury in when it comes to breaking bones, etc. And I definitely do believe that the better the frequency in your body, the stronger even your bones will be, which just is logical. And everything in your body is going to function better because with the 37 frequencies that are infused in the water, that means that the frequencies are there to help all your organs function better, everything function better because every cell is functioning better. The water is going to detox your liver, your kidneys, and everything better as it clusters around the toxins and flushes them out of your system. That means that your body is going to be cleaner. And I found, we get sometimes, I'm not shy, but I found also that by consuming certain amounts of this water, you can get into an internal flushing of your system where you feel absolutely amazing after some of the cleaning that happens, and it's just things just happen well. And I'm a person who does not have any problem drinking copious amounts of this water. I don't have any issue at all drinking lots of the water, which I'm very grateful for because it can only benefit me that much more with everything going on. So for people, with it being able to change the frequencies within your brain, that means emotional stability can be more easily attained for people who are maybe just a little bit, it could be depression, it could be anxiety, but there is the potential that when you change the frequencies, you can change the person, you can change the reaction. These are all things that are all going to be independently witnessed and independently noticed for people, because no matter what we do or what we say, everybody's unique, everybody is different, and everybody's going to do things their way. And when it comes to that, we can only guide you in how we use the thing, how we have found that the app works best, and how we consume the water or spray has seemed to work the best. But by all means, once you have the tool in your hand, it's not going to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. And I would say that in the bestest of ways, thinking that you hopefully do not have something that would potentially get triggered by the water because of some mysterious thing. We don't know. But overall, we just want to make it perfectly clear that the experiences that people are having are astounding and they're remarkable and they're loving the journey that it's putting them on when it comes to the adjustments, the shifts that are going on internally that are allowing people to feel healthier all the way around. So we're talking about wiping out the persistent thirst and putting everybody's body on a path towards healing. And hold on, we've got a little background noise here. Let me see if I can put a mute into that. Second. There we go. So, yeah. So, with that said, we're talking about the different things that we can do with this thing. So, it's not just water that we can adjust with the app. It is anything that's got liquid in it. So, we're talking about your coffee. In the morning, my coffee goes, gets my glass coffee cup gets sprayed and it gets put under the coffee dispenser, and the coffee is turned on. And as the coffee is going into the cup, that coffee is being restructured and energized by the vortex that was created when I sprayed the outside of the cup. So be clear, I'm spraying the outside of the cup before liquid goes into it. I'm spraying the outside of a glass before liquid goes into it. We have our charged, energized water, preferably in a clear glass spray bottle. But otherwise, you can use plastic until you get a glass one, and then you can recharge it through the top, and you can recharge it through the glass itself and infuse the frequencies into it from that way, and then spray it, as we mentioned, over yourself, over your cup, your glass, in order to create energy fields and feed that energy field, your liquid, prior to consuming it. So, wine is amazing. So, you can take a $10 bottle of wine and run it through the same process. Spray the outside of the wine glass, pour your wine into the glass, and you change that bitterness out of that glass of wine and turn it into a nice, smooth, textured glass of wine that will taste $20 more expensive. And so enhancing the flavor, smoothing it out. You can do the same thing with juice. And what you're doing with something like juice is you're going to pump up the nutrient value and make it so that it's much more nourishing to the body. With alcohol, so with a glass of whiskey or something like that, you're going to make it so that it's going to interact with the body much more friendly, and it's not going to be as it's going to be accepted much more easily, and it's not going to leave any inflammatory response. And it's if you drank a lot of it, you wouldn't feel so bad in the morning. Milk you can do, and pretty much any liquid or beverage that you can consume, or that is a liquid that would enhance its functionality in any situation, could be done in essence. So that is food for thought that we'll leave you with. So adding on to the benefits that people are going to receive here are the fact that it's going to affect so many different things. So I think we've covered pretty much how you use it, just basically turning on and point it at the liquid that you want to do with the app. In the near future, we will have what is the collar, and the collar is something that would go around a wine bottle or go around a pipe, your shower as an example. And what that's going to do is going to structure and energize the water going through that pipe. So when you're showering, you're being bathed with the structured, energized water. So now the water being absorbed into your skin, the largest organ on your body, is now going to be healthier for your body. And that is even if it's coming through your pipe with chlorine in it, because even that is going to help to neutralize and capsulate the chlorine and keep it from being a negative for your body. But of course, it's always better to not have it than to have it. But it's nice to know that we have a way of neutralizing and at least making it less harmful to us as we continue on through. Um, what are we doing here? 7:30. So let's go to some questions because we have some new people on board here. And I would like to make sure that we have good understanding of app functionality, what it does, and how you use it. And I know I was answering a lot of questions today. So let's go to a question and answer period because we can cover a lot of the bits and pieces that I would be just talking about in a question and answer. So one of the things that I will say is that we are testing some tools that we feel might potentially enhance the ability to do different things with the app and be able to use the app in different ways, sort of like the caller. But we will let you know more about that shortly. Now, that's a good thing. Does everybody have if you haven't experienced this, get yourself 2 glasses of water from the same source. You can even get yourself 2 glasses of liquid, such as a juice or wine, whatever you like, and have them come to us from the same source. And what we're going to do is we're going to structure your liquid in your home or wherever you are through my video camera here to your screen there. So I will end up taking my cell phone, putting my flashlight in my camera to send my signal to you there so that we can show you that this technology can actually even work remotely enough so that you can or should notice a difference in your liquid on the other side. Even if you were on the other side of the world, this would work. So if you've gathered or you're gathering your liquids, I'm getting ready my phone. And I will adjust my screen. Okay,
Can you hear me, Mike?
I can.
Okay, this is Penny Gonder. I have a wellness center in my home and all my water is structured. So the reason why I got involved in this with the phone is because all people have phones and they need this badly. I'm structured so good that I can show you a lot of things that I've been doing all these years, and you are correct. I have a water filter right through my whole home. It structures my water, and I have all kinds of things here that I've been using. But you are amazing, and I'm glad that you have the phone and we can do it on the phone. Everybody needs it. Everybody's afraid. If they only knew that 5G is killing us, they just have no clue what they're doing with their children. And everybody is going to buy this. They're just going to. If I sent this out to 50 people already. So by the time they get to read it and see it and whatever, take a day or so, probably be having people calling me. But this is amazing. I'm really glad that Diane shared it with me, and I know it's going to work
Oh, yes.
because we are being killed every day. It's crazy.
You're absolutely right, Penny. Okay, all right. Let's get this demonstration going. Thank you for the comment there, Penny. Here we go.
You're welcome.
Talk again, Mike. We don't have you. And hide the one glass
Oh,
of water.
hello. Here I am talking, talking, talking. Here we go. Yeah. Talking. Hello. It's me and you. Da, da, da. It's amazing, isn't it? That light from across here to wherever you are could actually make such a difference to what you're doing. I'm going to run it one more time like I always do.
Looks like a big sun.
Testing, testing. Taking
No, we
back
don't
the
have you,
screen.
Mike.
Taking back the screen. Taking back the screen. Yes, taking back the screen. Taking back the screen. I got it here. Well, okay, should be good. Can't tell whether I got my flashlight nice and big in there for you, but it should get the job done. So now, if you have your first glass of liquid, and now the Zoom user here, did you have both glasses that close together? I think that was my mistake. I should have told you to have one separate. You can always just get another glass. That's fine. But now, if you taste the one that was on the light first, you should find, you can tell me what you find there. Okay, so we've got two people there. Okay. Now, I'll just ask, did the light get nicely onto those glasses? You're still on mute. So if you'd like to unmute, I'll just ask you here. There you go. I see you talking, but you're still on mute. You need to click off of mute. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. We did have both glasses, and the light did hit them both.
Okay. Now, do you notice any difference from your regular water?
For us, we use a filtered water already that takes out everything. And so the taste is the same for us.
Yeah. What about the texture?
It's good,
Sweat.
smooth. It's like it's I don't know, soft. Is that a good word?
That's the word, yes. Yeah, so you can tell the difference then. And yeah, it's good that your water is already nice and clean, that is for sure. And now it's nice and clean and soft and structured, energized all at the same time. So that's the benefit of now being able to take that water and introduce that to your cells and have them do the happy dance. All right. Anybody else? Do you have any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the sequence to do wanding your water or your wine, I should say?
The sequence to wanding it.
Yes,
In essence, what kind of phone do you use?
iPhone.
Okay, so with you and your iPhone, you're going to open up your flashlight. You're going to you're going to find your app, open your app. You're going to start the app. You're going to hold it close to the water, and you're going to rotate your phone or the water over I like to rotate the water myself because when I rotate the water, I create movement in the water, and the movement allows more exposure to the light for the water as it's moving.
I asked about wine.
Oh, wine. Okay. So with the wine, take your wine glass, take your spray bottle, spray the outside of your wine glass, all around the outside. Set your glass down and pour your wine into the glass. And as the wine is going in, it's now interacting with that energy that's in that glass. Now, have you heard about us doing a vortex with 4 sprays?
Yes, but reiterate that, please.
Okay, so what we're doing there is if I take a 1 meter square, it doesn't matter really that much the size, but a 1 meter square is something that you can stand somebody in. And I spray the one corner. Let's say I spray the corner that's in my the northeast corner or something. But then I would spray the opposite corner, which would be the southwest corner. And I myself spray about 2 to 3 sprays there, 2 to 3 sprays on the opposite corner. Then I want to move in a counterclockwise direction. So my next spray is going to be counterclockwise to that corner, spray there, and then over to the opposite corner and spray there. So what you've done is you've created a counterclockwise rotation by spraying with that formula and creating energy fields in all 4 spots. And then it starts to circulate in that spot. You can stand somebody in there. You can do it on your chair and sit in it while you're sitting at your computer. As we said, people are spraying the back of their phones to neutralize, because even spraying it, just like you spray your glass, it's going to affect it, and it's going to lower the negative energy coming off of that phone,
I put
even
a
more
photo in the
so.
chat there, Mike, so people
Sorry?
can, I put that photo in the chat group so people can see it if they want to
Okay.
check it out.
Oh, the directions, yeah. That's
Even
all
if we don't,
that
even if we don't spray the phone, this app should be doing it, right?
the app is doing it also, yes, but we have some people who are super, super sensitive to the energy, the negative energy coming off the phone. So by spraying the phone, that took it to another level of
Yeah,
reduction.
I understand. So we have different ways of doing for different people.
We have different ways of doing it, and it's like this. It's like I might spray a lot of the food that I eat. You might not. I don't know. Everybody's going to do what they decide to do, and the level of commitment that they have to what's going into them.
In other words, once you make a water out of with this phone and you give it the frequencies, the energy, the structure, then we're talking about you can drink it. What if you go into a restaurant? I mean, then
Take your,
their water is terrible. I
yeah,
mean, I can't stand a restaurant. Water
yeah,
is so bad.
yeah. So far, I've been the person who wouldn't drink well water in a restaurant, but
Never drink their water.
now I can tell you that I would feel a lot better because I would make them bring me the water in a jug, and I would spray my glass, and then I would
You
put
would
the
wand
water.
it with your light first, right?
No, no. Well, I see. I would if I'm going into a restaurant, I'm going with my spray bottle already ready to go.
Oh, all right. Well, we're talking a different thing now. You're talking about making the water before you go there and take the spray
Absolutely.
can. Okay, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it now.
So a lot of us are spray bottles our best friend now.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Now we're using the phone and a spray bottle.
we use the phone and the spray bottle. Absolutely.
Okay.
Tools.
Yeah, I have so many tools I could tell you some other ones that I use, but
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I'm way far ahead of this. I'm just learning a little bit on the phone is where I'm more concerned because a lot of people all have phones. There's no excuse. They can use the phone and we don't have to fuss with it because they're stuck to the phone.
That's
Everybody's
right.
got their head on it. You sleep with this phone next to you and not be afraid now with this on this
I can
app?
be a lot less afraid with the phone. I feel a lot less afraid with my phone because I mine's on the floor somewhere and it's like probably about 4 feet away from me or something like that. So
Well, in other words, it's still not for sure positive if it's near you. I put a aluminum bag. I have this aluminum bag that I got from this health food store. The guy, when he was there, he was giving them out. He said, "Put that over your phone, and that takes care of it."
yeah.
Yeah.
We also do the that same formula that I told you about doing on the floor. We
Uh-huh.
do that around our bed with mason jars of the frequency water. So
Okay, now another question. I was trying this new thing now, this grounding sheet. I don't know if it really works or
yeah,
not.
okay.
But somebody told me to put the water underneath all around the bed, like you said,
Yeah,
and probably, and of course, the water is structured because I put it in, I keep my old, everything that I buy that's got pickles and cucumbers and whatever in it, or olives, I wash those glasses, those bottles, and I use them with, I put water in them because I don't want nothing plastic. So, and then of course my water is structured. I structure it every day. It's amazing how things work. But this is good, and I'm going to learn a lot from everything here. So keep going. It's great.
the 37 frequencies is what is the big plus and the add-on to the structure as far
Can
as
you
I'm
tell me
concerned.
what frequencies they are, the number of
No,
them?
I can tell you that there are 37 of the 42 that you have.
Okay, but we don't know which ones they are.
No, I can tell you that
Because there's all kinds of frequencies
they're
for each
between
cell in our body.
yeah, they're in a range that I can that I know, but you can get that information off the website also.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let me just check to see if there's anything in the chat that's going on here. Uh, Yes, the water is soft. So, yeah, there's a diagram in the chat if people want to see the formula used in order to place the water bottles under the bed or to do your chair or to do a tile on the floor. I'm going to have a lot of fun this weekend. I'm doing a health and fitness show in a little town just over from me. And I think I'm going to put on a nice little display of kinesiology testing there this
Oh,
week.
nice,
Should be
nice.
fun. Should be a lot of fun, especially with all fitness people. Yeah.
We
Okay.
are all crazy. We're on the same page.
So let's look at this now from some of the more benefits that we were talking about. I know we went through a lot of them last night, as far as what are the different things that people should be being aware of as they move forward drinking the water, spraying themselves, and doing all the things biophotonic. Well, of course, number one is the hydration. You should notice that your skin is softer, smoother, easier to touch. I even find that even sensitivity seems to be more awakened, even in the cells as you touch yourself. It feels like you can feel more. The sensations are more real, and the issues that you might have had with stiffness or soreness or pain or digestive issues, you can find a lot of these things quelled with the quality of the water that you're putting in your body because it's all interactive. It's all the water is taking the energy to the places it needs to go. It's taking the nutrition to the places it needs to go. I remember, I think it was somebody in Australia who said that you got to think of the water as the transport truck delivering the goods. That's what the water is. And so it's very important that people understand that and now understand that the water that we have here is the best water that you can put into your system to make it give you all the life that you want in a day on a daily basis. It's going to increase your energy. It's going to make it so that you don't have that afternoon downtime that you usually need. The more you consume it, the more life you're going to have, the more vitality you're going to have. So your days are going to be better. Your life is going to be better. You're going to have faster recovery if you work out and exercise. You can do more. You can literally drink that water and go to the gym and do more than you could the day before, and that's just a fact because the frequencies and the water is going to hydrate you and it's going to enhance your strength, your muscles, and everything through your stamina is going to be increased because everything is functioning better. It's like breathing. The deeper you breathe, the more oxygen you get in, the more life you bring to your body. So the water is the same thing. You know, if you have a body that's rich in oxygen, you're going to fight off diseases way more easy. The body doesn't like I should say the diseases don't like an oxygen-rich body. It doesn't like a pH balanced body. And when you're drinking this water, all of these processes that go on allow these things to balance themselves out naturally to make your body the way it's supposed to be so that it's able to fight off all this negativity and keep your life happy and I want to be 120 and still be able to move. And, I've seen some people who have lived some very good long lives. My perspective is already pretty good because I think my family DNA is very good overall, other than my little brother. But, we were talking a little bit about this today, about how some people will do the necessary in order to manage and maintain their health. And there's other people who don't even want to hear the good news about how easy it is to do. Now, that is a damn shame, if you ask me, because if you can just change the quality of the water that you're drinking every day for $200 a year, and you have the potential to extend your life, but not just extend your life, extend the quality of your life, which is ultimately way more important. Because I know for a fact that if it wasn't for quality of life, I wouldn't want to live it, depending on what that lack of quality was. But the quality of your life is ultimately important. You have control of it. People seem to have given up. They've given control to their physician and have taken the responsibility away from themselves. And we're here to help them now to realize that it's not that difficult. All of these things, I was saying to somebody again today about the fact that we're now in a responsible state, whereas our information that we're putting out is capable of affecting the next woman that gets pregnant and needs to grow a human, who could potentially grow a way better human because we found her. We showed her the water. We got her convinced to understand what is the best, what's the right, what you need, what you don't need, and how you can neutralize some of that negativity so simply and turn it into something positive that can affect not just you, but that little infant that you're going to grow. So whether you love your animals, your plants, or your kids and grandkids, this is what every single man, woman, dog, child, cat, plant needs. So to take it from us who are gathered here to the world, to the farmers, to the schools, to all the places that water is going to come out of taps in the future. And again, I was talking to somebody today, and we were talking about how nasty some of the water is that's around and how much it needs to, like, people are living and drinking water that's not fit for consumption. We need to be able to help any way we possibly can with something so simple. Everybody's got a cell phone, like was just said. And if it's that easy, how do we figure out now how to make sure that we can get it to them and make sure that they can afford to have it? Even though it's not that expensive, it's expensive for some people. So I think excuse me. Excuse me. I think having an affiliate program, excuse me, that is working in our favor with a very nice 30% direct commission for those who refer it, giving 60 US dollars back to an individual on their first sale. And then with 3.3 sales, you would have the cost of your app covered. And every year from there forward, if those people bought their app, your app is covered. So it's a nice little system that says that we want everybody to have the opportunity to have this in their life, in their family. Now, we're still doing some experimenting with some of the things that we've learned, but we do believe that we might have some options available in order to do some additional structuring, maybe making life a little bit easier for people in certain ways, and potentially having as good a structure down the road. But we're going to continue to look into this a little bit further before we bring it to you. Just as a precautionary way to make sure that when we do this, you're getting something that's going to be an enhancement to anything that you're doing, and not a negative, but we want all positive. So with that said, it's could be potentially a possibility to make it so that we can reach more people and affect more change to families on a bigger scale, um, and doing the job and the mission that is actually what is being called for. And that is to protect more and more people and get more and more people on path to wellness through structured, energized water. So if there are more questions on anything, bring them forward now. I'll be happy to hear them.
Mike,
Yes.
uh,
Let's go. Zesty, Vesty, you first. Go ahead.
you talked about structured water in showers. Now, how do you expect to structure shower water with a cell phone? You've got to be talking about another system, which leads into another subject I brought up a few weeks ago, is structured water for irrigating plants and
Yeah,
agricultural purposes.
that's correct, Vesty. So, Vesty, we have talked. Have you seen our caller?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Coming in the next little while. Let me see. Is it here?
I'll,
Um, I
I'll put it
have.
in the chat. I'll put a picture in the chat.
Okay. There is a caller that is charged by the app, and it goes around the wine bottle. It goes around my shower pipe. It goes around a pipe. It would wrap a couple of times around your like your copper pipe going into your house or whatever, right? And you could put this on your pipe and charge it. For me, I would charge it once a week with the phone just to boost the energy in there. And as the water is going through the energy field that it creates, it gets structured.
Yeah, you say once a week, but I understand that the cell phone charging only lasts.
Direct Zoom link.
Yeah, this is different though, because
You
because
don't need
of
to download anything.
because
On
of how
site.
this is filled with silver, it holds the charge much longer. We could actually go longer than a week, but I say to people once a week to keep it boosted.
All right. Another thing, a couple of weeks ago, I asked you about shining the light on honey. Here I have a bottle of a jar of raw honey.
Okay.
I actually irradiated it. I did 2 or 3 scans of it. Um, it's used up quite a bit, as you can see. But at the bottom, what I'm getting at is you said that the radiation only goes down a centimeter or so, but this whole jar of honey is crystallized all the way to the bottom, about 6 inches tall. So the effect of the energy has crystallized the honey. It no
Yeah.
longer has the smoothing or the liquid texture of honey. It's crystallized
Crystallized.
all sugar grains in the honey.
Well, I haven't experimented with honey, but interesting to see what has happened there. And so you just shone the light into it?
Yes, at the top,
Yeah.
but it seems to have gone all the way down to the bottom, 6 inches down.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about that one. Sorry.
I think we're all going to learn a lot. Everybody's going to do different things, and we'll
Yeah.
have testimonials.
Yeah. Let's see. Was there another question there, Ron?
Negative.
Negative? Okay.
I have a question, Mike.
Yes.
I'm Janine, and
Hi,
I
Janine.
was wondering, hi. You talked about, and I hadn't heard this before, but you wand the outside of the glass. Do you get the same benefit if you don't, if you just wand the top of the glass with the water in it as you would empty, spraying the glass and then pouring the
Okay.
water?
I'll explain the science behind that, okay? So
Okay.
when you're using the light on the wine, let's say that the frequencies and the biophotons are going to penetrate the top, let's say, a few centimeters, okay? Going from the top of the wine. Now, the difference there is if you're moving the wine in there, you can mix up the wine that's in there and energize more of the wine that way. Now, the difference is when you're spraying the outside of the wine glass, you
Yeah.
create an energy source all around the wine glass. So inside the wine glass now is the same energy field. Now, when you add the wine in there, because the wine is moving, it now goes in and it becomes kind of mixed up as it's going through the field, and more of the wine becomes instantly structured that way.
Is it the same with the water?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it wouldn't matter what the liquid was.
And then the other question I had was you talked about, excuse me, putting jars under your bed.
Yes.
Do you have to wand that every night?
No. We've got about a 5 to 7 day window where you would need to re-energize it, so to speak.
Okay.
And
Okay.
with the jars under the bed, the size isn't the important thing. But of course, the bigger the volume of water, the bigger the energy, and it's going to do fine. So if you can get a mason jar underneath your bed, just put the best size one that you can find. But what I need you to do is make sure that when you fill the jar, you have it so you're going to spray the outside of the container. You're going to add the water to it. And then after you've added the water to it, you know you've got it structured. So you sprayed the outside, sprayed the bottom, put the water in, it's structured. Now use your flashlight on it. And because you want it to do good for the week, I would run it a couple, 2 to 3 times with the light on it after it's been done, just to
Okay.
pump it up. And then when you put the cap on the jar, make sure you've got the water so that it's pretty much at the brim. Like when you put the cap on, it's going to squeeze some of the water out and create it so that there's no air inside that jar, if at all possible.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.
then put the lid on it. And then just follow the example to lay the jars under the bed.
Okay.
Go, my friend.
Sorry, I had to turn everything on there. Yeah, I just wanted to mention something that Vesti did with the honey. Would you say that it got, because it crystallized, it got thicker?
Well, it would have definitely got thicker.
Well, it crystallized like with a sugary, like a wet, sugary consistency. It's granular. It's not smooth anymore.
And how long did that take before it was crystallized? Was it a matter of days? Or?
Well, this jar now is a couple of weeks old, but I did it when the jar was full, at the top, and it went all the way down.
Right.
I've been using it, so it's only a little bit left at the bottom.
Wait. So how old was that jar?
Oh, this jar is about 2 weeks old now.
Okay.
And the reason I mention it because what I tried with honey was I tried a spoonful of honey and then I put some bee propolis on it, and I noticed that the consistency was thicker. So it actually increased in volume of very little, and the viscosity was thicker. So that was my findings.
More viscous, but it's also granular instead of being fluid or liquid.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I asked the time, because by the time I did one activation and it went into my mouth, it was about maybe 30 to 45 seconds. So, but I did notice that it was more viscous, and so now you got me wondering. I might try doing that in some honey and just leaving it for a few days and see what happens.
Interesting.
Thanks.
Okay. Good. All right. Any more comments, questions? Any questions on how to use your app? Or the other thing I'll say is the people to make sure you keep your app functioning and running well. Every once in a while, if you can go in and clear your browser history, it would do you a world of good in order to clean that every once in a while.
Mike,
Yes.
this is Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Well, Joe Cristolaga's on here tonight. Joe came to our house. We actually tested him with his phone that did not have the app on it. So we muscle test him. When we did that, his arm like dropped. There was no resistance, as much as he would fight it, there was absolutely no resistance. So his arms would collapse when I would muscle test. Now, when we took our phone that had the app on it and applied it and had him hold it, he was strong. Like I could not push his arm down to his side. He was solid. Now, what would have been interesting would be to try spraying his phone and then muscle test him again, which, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
But that would be an interesting test for somebody to try.
Yes. Yeah, my phone is always now, it's off limit. I can only tell you that my phone is harmless in that sense. But there's too much stuff that's gone through my phone now to test it on anything else. But no, it would be a very good thing to test. Okay.
Joy, get your joy.
I'm just checking the notes here. Okay, so we've got a picture of the collar up. You can see how it works. All right, everybody, is there anything else for tonight? Because I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. again, and look forward to having everybody there, and we'll see what updates we have for you then.
Another Zoom?
Another Zoom tomorrow night, 7 p.m.
Get enough of you tonight.
That's good.
Is that Eastern time, 7 p.m.?
Yes, I'm doing them Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. Each night.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Please update us with the information on the pipe processing and the wine bottle process, the new app that you're talking about.
Yes, just give us some time with the caller there, Vesti, and when they're available, you'll be one of the first people to know about it for your agricultural tests, etc.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Not a problem.
How much are they going to cost, you know?
The caller is $224, I believe it is. I see your mouth moving. I can't hear you.
I mean, $224, is it $2.24 or $224?
That'd be $224.
All right, that's what I want to know.
And what diameter pipe or bottle does it cover?
Just a second. If you hold on just 1 second.
These yellow boxes, once they're closed, just when the burn bin is running, he just picks it up and drops it in because it's just the right size. So these are good boxes to hang on to. Yeah.
My big blue boxes, they're all closed up.
Yep.
Okay, so this here would wrap around a 2-inch pipe, I would say twice. Oh, wait, is that 1.5 inches, 2 inch? Yeah, I'd say a 2-inch pipe twice. So if it was a smaller pipe, go around several times. Can you see me okay? So looks like this. Inside is silver. And then when it's attaches by a just button clamp, and then the energy is put in through here.
And
The flashlight onto this.
Okay, can you give it to me on Saturday?
And that, when it's wrapped around the pipe, creates the energy field, and the water going through it automatically is structured.
And you're gonna stay home?
And you say that lasts a week?
No, I'm telling you it'll last longer. Okay, but I'm telling you that for me, I like to charge mine every week.
You can wand it or charge it yourself. Once you put it on there,
That's all you do. All you do is just take your cell phone and just put your flashlight right onto the button and run the app.
Okay, there it is.
That's it. Easy peasy.
Do you know,
GJ, do you realize, sorry, 1 second. GJ, do you realize what I just said? And in relation to what we were talking about before, how that correlates now to the same thing in essence?
shower and taking it apart. It was, we charged $120.
Yes.
What?
Making more sense now to me.
Well, it made sense to me in the first place. But
Another question, Mike. I've looked at some of these agricultural pipe type structural water enhancers. Now, one system I saw was simply like a 1-inch diameter pipe insert that you put in line with the water, and it was made out of copper, and it used some particular crystalline material, quartzite or something from some particular mine in Brazil that had peculiar properties.
Mhm.
And this thing cost about $600. Now, the general question is, are there any observable differences in the quality, so to speak, of the structured water that's done by crystal means or by your light means or by any other means? Is there a comparison of different methods?
Well, I don't have it for stuff that I don't know anything about or anything of the sort, but what I can tell you is this, that with the scientific and way that this stuff has been developed, it gets a lot more control into into our hands than what can come from the earth, in essence, if that makes sense to you. It's like the same thing of potentially looking at, say, volcanic ash as having different properties, or shungite, or different elements that might have different properties. But the difference with what we have here is the ability to control the frequencies, where they're being put, why they're being put there. And from a scientific point of view, I believe that when you have that kind of depth of knowledge with the scientists that are behind this, and the evolution of epigenetics as a whole, we're just in that realm of reality where we're taking science and bringing it back to nature from a logical point of view.
Right.
He's not nearly as bright as he thinks.
Make sense?
Got a weird attitude. His vibes are way off.
I'll tell you that. I'll pick you up in a bit.
Well.
Hello? All right, we lost
Some
Vesty froze. Okay.
acid. Did you know you'd be better off?
Okay.
Because that would really help you clean out your blood from all the metal.
Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, but that's in my
I'll be on again tomorrow night, that's for sure.
All right, sounds good.
My
All right, everybody, I will leave it there, and we'll send this recording out, and see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and drink
Thank
lots of
you,
water.
thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.